What's going on, guys? Energy News Beat, episode number 159 here on this gorgeous Friday, November 13th, 2020. Crack a beer, shake your hands. We made it, guys. It's been a long week, but we have a hall pass to give out at the end of the show. As always, I'm your humble correspondent, Michael Tanner, joined by the executive producer of the show, the purveyor of the show, and the director and publisher of the world's greatest website, oilandgas360.com, Stuart Turley. How you doing today?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and I love Friday the 13th. You got a hall pass to give out? Oh, we've got fan mail from Flounder. Busy week.
It's been a busy week. Friday the 13th in 2020. I don't think I'm going to leave my house this afternoon just to make sure. We have a pretty good show for you guys lined up. Market sentiment on the equity side turned bullish. Trader eyeing these new vaccines. Crude oil side's the opposite. Rig counts up 12. These natural gas stocks up a little bit. Southwestern Energy increased credit facility. Stu's got stuff in the international news desk. But first, guys, just subscribe to this YouTube channel, Oil and Gas 360 and Entercom. Do turn on notifications. Do whatever makes the algorithms go nuts. Stream it every night before you go to bed. We really appreciate all the support we're getting. As I mentioned on the equity side, market sentiment really pulling back on the bullish side. SPY up 1.5 percentage points. Nasdaq up 0.75 of a percentage point. Dow Jones was up 1.3 percentage points. Excuse me. Really off the back of the fact that this vaccine is probably going to hopefully stave off really intensive U.S. lockdowns. The quote is from Marko Kolanovic, which will say JPMorgan's head of, get this, macro, quantitative, and derivative strategy. Yeah, I don't even know what that is, but his quote was, this week's positive vaccine news is a game changer in our view, as it allows the market to look through the recent surge in COVID-19 cases to the impending end of the pandemic and a broader reopening of the economy. To be honest, not sure if I agree with that statement. I think the fundamentals are completely on the other side. As not only cases are rising, we're seeing Chicago now is locked down. I was just watching before we went live here. Lori Longfoot, who's the mayor over there, coming out saying why she wants to shut down. Governor Meatball over in New York decided to shut down everything. I mean, it's just unbelievable what's going on some of the fundamentals on the bear side. So that's why it's just interesting when you see equities up a 1.5%, tech stocks up 0.75 of a percentage point. It's wildly difficult to sort of read what's going on in this market. On the crude oil side, the story's the opposite, down 2.5 percentage points off the fact of COVID-19 cases are increasing and broader worldwide lockdowns are happening. Europe is entering into a lockdown. It looks like there's going to be Greece, Turkey, and Belarus have now all entered that category. Back into the curve doesn't look as well. Holy smokes, just, talk about two different sentiment sides. Whether you're a bull or you're a bear, you can bet on either. Natural gas stayed fairly flat after an 8 BCF build, lower than analysts expected. But cooler weather or warmer weather expected this November has really tampered some of the ability for natural gas to run. Still sitting there about $3.03. XOP, $2.97. That's the back end of the curve. XOP, which is our EMP securities contract, 48.98. They're up 5.6 percentage points. OIH had itself a day up 4.5 percentage points. So energy equities do well. Downside, we do see some movers, though they're very slim. U.S. Energy Corp down 2 percentage points. Sensco Gas down 2 percentage points. New Concept Energy, Penn Virginia down 2 percentage points. Ervesco down 2.8 percentage points. Good numbers on the upside, though, Stu. Dell Holdings up 11%, Telranian up 11%, Sandridge and High Point finishes our top two movers at 12 and 22 respectively. Guys, this show is powered by Data Gumbo, which is an award-winning technology with customers all around the world who build and manage and automate their own smart contracts. Data Gumbo offers a new approach to commercial relationships, one that reduces friction to deliver streamlined operations, transactional certainty, and cost savings. Every transaction is accurate and via their Gumbo net. Guys, check out everything Data Gumbo, www.datagumbo.com. Stu, what's on the international news desk today?
Hey, Michael, we love Data Gumbo. Saudi oil revenues are insufficient to cover state payroll. I didn't run this on the news desk. It's from one of my sources. You and I have talked about the importance of oil to the Saudi government. They can't make payroll because the revenues are so far down. Hey, last night Iran Total and ADNOC signed framework. This is actually a pretty cool one. They have now signed a joint research agreement to deploy partnership and opportunities in the areas of CO2 emissions and reduction and everything else. So this is actually pretty cool. I want to give you the UAE Minister of Industry, his quote. It's kind of cool here. The future builds on our sustainability and goal to decrease greenhouse gases in intensity by 25% in 2030. Pretty good. I'd like to see the technology that they come up with Total and Arab Emirate. That was pretty cool there. Let's move on to India. We love our folks over in India. We've talked about them. Got to give a shout out to them. This is from the EIA in the U.S. and with more than 1.3 billion people. What's a few billion between your neighbors? And India is the second most populous country in the world and has the third highest energy consumption after China and the U.S. That's kind of wild stats there.
It is.
Anyway, back to our graphics department here. We're sitting here taking a look at our graphics, and you have nuclear, you have natural gas, hydro, solar. It's all broken out in this article on the news desk. And EIA modeled India's power market as 5 distinct regions. I thought that was pretty cool. And it's all different throughout all of the country, regardless of solar up here. You have all these others over here. So they're taking the lowest kilowatt per hour, depending on those 5 areas. I thought it was fabulous. Way to go, India management. We love them.
Yeah, and you've been covering that for over 6 months now, so I really love it.
I love the way they panned out. Here's a fun one. Okay, China just announced today that they acknowledged Biden as the president-elect, and I thought that was kind of funny. This is politics at its finest. Will Putin acknowledge Biden now? I'm sorry, I got to get some popcorn for this weekend. It is fun.
The real question is, will Putin make it until Biden becomes president? It sounds like he's on his last leg.
Oh, he's not healthy. So anyway, you got to love 2020, Friday the 13th, our politics, and holy smokes. I'm just going
to go jump off a cliff right now. We're going to have somebody else come and finish up the show. We were going to get you out of here quickly because honestly, today was a slow news day. Give you guys an idea. We were not reaching for stores. Really, the only thing we have besides rig counts and natural gas inventories. Southwestern Energy, you guys remember, on August 18th, they put in a bid and purchased Montage Resources. They now come out to say they've completed that purchase and increased their borrowing base to about $2 billion based upon the new volumes that they had with their RBL lenders. So, Southwestern Energy, I like the move. When we can increase the borrowing base, that's always a good sign from a capital standpoint. It'd just be interesting to see if they go ahead and spend it wisely. I think that's what it comes down to. You can get a loan out for anything. You go spend it on worthless wells. It's not going to work out, but it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. We'll definitely be following. On the data side, rig counts up 312. At least somebody's drilling. I got to love this. Stu, 7 rigs in the Permian right now. I know 2 of them are actually my buddy over at Crown Quest. He's working on them. So there's at least 2 of them for our friends at Crown Quest. Utica dropped 1. Eagleford had 1 increase. Marcellus actually had 2. So some of these gas players getting back into it. Speaking of natural gas data, inventories dropped today, not yesterday, because of Wednesday was government was closed due to Veterans Day. As of November 6th, only 8 billion cubic feet increase from last week, which brings it up to 3.97 or 3,927 billion cubic feet. Woo-hoo! That's a lot of zeros. Talk about a couple of billion between friends, Stu. Stocks are just they're about 196 BCF higher than they were last year, and about 176 BCF above the 5-year average, which is, again, that's hampering down oil prices, right? Or natural gas prices. We're looking at $2.89 right now is what I'm seeing. That's where you're that run that I think people were expecting to $3.54. If we can't get these inventory numbers below our 5-year averages, specifically for this time, eek. And that's where, yes, we're into draw season, but we're still above our 5-year range, which is taking into account the fact that this is normally draw season. So I'm more and more skeptical. If gas never hits 350, folks, you heard it here first. I mean, it was just right. What were you saying? 320? 320. It did hit it, right? I think we saw 320 at one point, right?
We did, but I think it's going to level out there for a little while after demand starts coming in. I think that's really the magic number.
It really could be the magic number. I mean, that's really, I got everything on the news desk today, Stu. It's a Friday. Thank goodness it's slow. Anything else we're missing, you think, today?
Happy weekend, Michael. Thank you for
Oh,
everything.
holy smokes. We are putting in a bonus day tomorrow, though, so hit me up. Any comments for the show, you can tell us how much we suck. mtanner, enercominc.com. But with that, guys, Stu and I are going to let you get out of here. Finish up your day. You have our permission to leave and get out of work. You can tell your boss, beat it. We will be with you guys Monday for our Energy Rant podcast. For Stuart Turley, I'm Michael Tanner. We will see you then.